When it comes to anxiety and depression, the real question is about control. I'm Dr. John Vaprezsan. Welcome to the Journey of Freedom. Is the reason you have anxiety or the reason that you struggle with depression, is the reason you overthink, get frustrated, and feel overwhelmed, not because you're broken, but because you've learned to idolize control? Let me be honest, I was like this for many years. Somewhere along the way, just like all of us, you learn something. You learn that control equals peace. Control equals safety. Control means you're okay. So when you don't feel in control of your thoughts, your future, your relationships, your circumstances, anxiety creeps in. Why is that? Well, it's because your mind automatically equates a lack of control with danger. But the truth is, you were never in control, not for 1 second. You don't know if you'll live 100 years or a week or a day or a month. You don't control your next breath. So the deception isn't I lost control. The deception is that I ever had it. At the core of anxiety and depression is this belief: I need to control for everything to be okay. And when control becomes necessary for peace, control becomes an idol. Because control is just another way of saying, I need to be God. Here's why this message makes people uncomfortable. When someone who idolizes control hears that God is in control, it doesn't make them feel comforted. Matter of fact, they may even feel threatened, because in order for God to be truly in control, you have to give yours up. That's not easy. It takes humility, surrender, and dying to self. The Bible says in Proverbs chapter 3 that we're supposed to trust in the Lord with all of our heart and lean not to our own understanding. It doesn't say trust God while still leaning on yourself. It says all your heart. That's where a battle is. Here's the part most people avoid. To give up control means that you will be vulnerable. And vulnerability feels like exposure, and nobody likes exposure. But exposure is actually God's construction site. Think about it. If you met Jesus, you probably met him at rock bottom when you had nothing. Probably control was gone, and that wasn't punishment, that was grace. Because when you are nothing, God finally becomes everything. I had to learn this the hard way. I learned that the more I decreased, the more God increased. The less I trusted myself, the more I trusted him. Because when I got honest, I realized something. I'm not nearly as strong or as wise or as good as I think I am. And once I stopped leaning on myself, I finally learned how to lean on God. Many of us think we're doing fine spiritually, but if we're honest, we still believe we're the solution. And when you're everything, God becomes an accessory. Sometimes you visit when things fall apart, but when you become nothing and God becomes your source, your peace, your safety, your anchor, if anxiety has been dominating your life, this isn't about controlling your thoughts harder. It's about surrendering your need to control it all. Because peace doesn't come from managing life better. Peace comes from trusting God more deeply. If this message resonates with you, I want to invite you to the Journey of Freedom. It's a guided process where we walk through anxiety, depression, forgiveness, surrender, and real freedom step by step. The link is below. If this video spoke to your heart, subscribe, like it, share it with someone who needs to hear it. You don't need more control. You need deeper trust.